so the first thing we are going to do is part the hair down the center. Just take your trusty fine tooth comb. You can use the rat tail side or the comb side. I find the comb side parts it just a little bit better for my hair. There you have it. So my hair is a little messy because it's been in a bun all day, so I'm gonna brush it real fast. If yours is already tangle-free, you can skip this part, and we're ready to start curling! I'm going to use my thermal spray before I start putting in the curlers. This is going to help the curl hold better, and it's going to protect my hair. And we know I already do so much damage to it with dyeing and teasing, so we're going to do everything we can to help it stay healthy. Helps to have it turned on first. Mine has a trusty little, make sure that when you travel with it, it doesn't go everywhere. And I just turned it off again. So I start with the top layer, and then I brush it, and then as I put the curlers in, I do the under layers, because my hair is very thick but fine, so it's hard to get the under layers thoroughly coated unless I separate the layers, and I mean, I'm already going to separate the layers with the curler, so there's no point in sectioning off each section, spraying it, when I'm going to be naturally doing that with the curlers anyways. So with my curlers, I've got big curls and little curls. And some people like to put all of the little ones on top so that the definition really shows. Some people like to put all the little ones on the bottom because they don't hold the curl as well, the under hair. I kind of distribute evenly throughout, like I'll do a big layer, a little layer, and then it all kind of blends together, and figure you get the best of both worlds that way. So the top layer I'm going to do with the little guy. So I'm just going to take a section, and to get some extra volume, I'm going to start rolling it while it's up. The higher it stands while it's drying and being rolled, and since my bangs are really short, I start rolling the front ones really early on in the length. Just make sure that you get it. See, that'll happen. Make sure you get it tucked. Try and do it close enough that I can get it all in, but just far enough that I can get those little ends under. And then the clips have heat parts in it, so if there's a little bit sticking out and I can just get it up against the clip, then it's fine. So I'm going to do that for the whole top layer with the little ones. So since I don't have the short bangs in this one, I can start rolling closer to the ends. And that way, as I roll in, the ends are already tucked, and I don't have to worry about tucking them at the very end. That's on. Put a clip. And voila. Remember that the curlers are very hot, and try not to burn your fingers. I have calluses built up from years of cooking and curling, so please be careful when you're doing these and your hands aren't used to it. It is hot, it could burn you. They do make gloves specifically for that so that your hands don't get burned. I'm just used to it and I kind of just don't care, so I do it anyways. So these four are little, and now I'm going to start doing the big curlers. Now since we're on a new layer, thermal spray. Try not to twist the hair as you're rolling it, because that will make it come out into a different kind of curl. For this vintage looking curl that we're doing, you want to make sure that the hair is flat on the roller as possible. Another layer of thermal spray. And back to the little guys. These ones close to your ear can get very hot on your ear. Sometimes you'll get lucky and you'll roll it well so that they aren't touching, but if they are and your ear's starting to burn, just take a tissue or some toilet paper and stick it in between your ear and the curler until it cools down enough, and then you won't burn your flesh. This is my last little guy, so the rest of them are going to be big curls. Now, a trick I do, if you haven't noticed it yet, is when I start to roll it, I put my thumb on the bottom and I pull that and then I stick it under my fingers. So then when I start to roll, it's all tucked in. It definitely takes some practice and finesse to get the wonky hairs tucked, but it is completely doable. Now here's what it looks like. Now that it's all in the curlers, you have to let it cool. If you don't let it cool completely, it is pointless to have put it in the rollers. You could do your makeup, you could have breakfast, you could watch a movie, you could make dinner, you could do whatever you want depending on what time of day you're putting them in and what you gotta do with your day. You'll definitely be able to feel with your hand and your head, which is probably sweating right now, when it is cooled off. Alright, it's all cooled, so we're gonna take the curlers out and go from there. Careful to not get your hair caught in these little grooves you see. It will hurt if it pulls out your hair. Now like this one, I missed the end. That sucks. You could use a curling iron to fix that, or you can just try and blend it in the end. Just try not to do that in the first place. Everybody makes mistakes and these never turn out perfectly. Well, some people they turn out perfectly. But why beat yourself up if it doesn't turn out perfectly? It's just fun. It's just hair. So remember how I took these first 4 and did them at a 45-degree angle? I did other ones too with that, but you can see how much volume we're getting just from the way that we rolled them. And see how much volume we got because of that. I mean, we're gonna brush some of that down, but that's how much volume you can get when you curl it and roll it in that fashion. I'm gonna take the hairspray. I'm gonna spray all of it. It's just gonna help it stay. It's what we always do. Let it dry for a second. It's not hairspray. I love the way the Elnet works, but man, is it a little bit strong. The finest hairspray used by the finest stylists. First, we're just gonna put our fingers through, blend a bit. Now we're gonna take our handy-dandy brush. I got this Denman brush. It's the D3 from eBay for $10 with free shipping, and it is worth every penny. I kept contemplating, got my hair. I kept contemplating, was it really worth all the raves that everybody said for brush outs, and it is. If you are debating whether to use the brush you're using or Denman, just get it. I am now a fan. So take the hair, we're just gonna brush through it how we normally would. And it's gonna be frizzy at first. But the beauty of this brush is that you take it with your hand, you brush against your hand, and it's not frizzy. I mean, it's still a little frizzy, but that's part of the look. Brush it against your hand, and look how nice and shaped that is now. I'm just gonna blend my bangs into the rest of my hair, because they're a little Farrah Fawcett-y for my taste right now. And hey, you can go for Farrah Fawcett if you want, but that's not the look I'm going for. So you just brush it against your hand, and I go down my palm just so that I don't have to move my hand in the brush as I go. And look how beautifully shaped those are now. So we're gonna do the same thing on the other side. Brush up, brush up, brush up. It's a brand new flavor. Brush up, brush up, brush up. It's healthy for your teeth. Alright, so I think that's good enough for now. We can always mess with it more later, or not. It's up to you. Now, I'm going to take my Bettie bang. And this is a new one that I got, and I dyed it to my hair color so that it matches. And I like the shape of this one better. So if you can see in the back, there's a clip at the top and two at the bottom, and it makes a triangle shape instead of the other one that had a really long, straight weave line, which you could clearly see and you had to cover up. This one, I think, looks a little more natural, like it's your real hair. So, it's already parted down the middle. I'm gonna take this, just a touch further, clip it, and these ones go backwards. Clip them. I got a little bit of a space there, so I'm gonna unclip that. Just go back a touch further. And comb it in. Now you can see my bangs are kind of in the way. I'm just gonna tuck them under. You could bobby pin them under, but I think they'll stay pretty well on their own. Just push them back, push that forward, kind of blends them in. My Bettie bang's already pretty curled, but you could curl it more if you needed to. Just gonna push down a little. Then I'm gonna take a normal bobby pin, and I'm gonna lift this up. I'm gonna stick it in the weave and into my hair. And this just secures it a little bit better than just the clips they have in. I just like that extra bit of security. It looks like my real bang, if I do say so myself. Alright, there's the finished product. Put a flower there. You could put some bows there. I hope you guys like it. Let me know in the comments. Do a thumbs up. Please don't do a thumbs down because that makes me sad. And have a great day! And that's my dog barking. Blah, blah, blah. Least well. Is there a better way to phrase that? The bottom holds the curl not as well? That sounds better. I forgot what I was saying. These match my shirt. Everything right now matches. Like my nails match the curls match the shirt and the nails. I'm so... Ow! I am so matchy right now. This was not intentional. This just happened. Okay, so